guys, and welcome to episode 4 of the D&D vlogs. The Fall of the Dragon, titled by DM Connor. We had game again this week, and it was good and it was fun. Unfortunately, there was some roughness to this week's story. Don't worry, all the players are fine, everybody's good, but yeah. So, where we last left off was we were scouting out War's fortress, castle, citadel, whatever the heck. We were trying to find our way in. Well, thanks to some spells, that I'd looked through, because we leveled up the last time, up to 9, I had Dimension Door, which basically is just, hey, I can teleport to, a location within, I want to say it's 200 or 300 feet. I gotta look at the thing again, put the accompanying text up, but basically, I can teleport there and I can bring someone roughly the same size as me along, as long as they're not like, overweight, over encumbered with stuff. So, Toby and I took the dangerous mission of, hey, let's, teleport into the, towers, where the drawbridge controls are, those big wheels that you spin to raise and lower drawbridges. Yeah. And, we did that. And that went good, and that went fine, and that went great. Toby got to do the cool guy thing of jumping out a window and then using feather fall. The thing so you don't hurt yourself after falling too much. Well, I, dimension doored out of there because, yeah, 3-foot gnome dude facing off with a couple of, I'll show you pictures, helmed horrors and hellhounds. So really quick, there's a hellhound. I'm hoping I got this good in the shot. And then a helmed horror. Yeah. Came bursting in the door because they were pretty pissed off that somebody was lowering the drawbridge. And well, yeah. So I got out of there. We met up with everyone and the army on the drawbridge, leading up to the castle and whatnot. And a large battle ensued between hellhounds, helmed armors, horrors, sorry, and the army of the kingdom. We had a small, fight, and one of the cool things that Connor does that I love is he has he has different music to like really set the mood for the scene. So like, oh hey, we're hanging out in the tavern. We got nice little common room taverny music. I'm really bad at things. For this fight, he was playing the battle music from, I know, at least Final Fantasy X, and it was pretty cool. It really helped set the mood. We took on the helmed horrors, and we took on 3 helmed horrors and 2 hellhounds, I believe. Or the other way around, I forget. Just 5 bad guys. As part of like a small fight, within the larger battle. Things went pretty well. We handled ourselves. And then we got rested up, and well, the big boy showed up. Yeah. The, horseman known as War. And when I say big boy, I mean big boy. I forget the exact measurements you gave us, Connor, but, he had to be at least 10 or like 12 feet tall, and he carried, a great sword. And he used it to great effect. And, really quick, this is a serious time here, so, I'm not trying to be funny or anything ridiculous like that. I'm going to apologize in case I say Aragorn's name wrong, because I've done that a lot in the past, and I'm sorry for that. But, he came out with his flaming steed, like, again, a giant horse, like, that was on fire. So imagine, like, an angry Ponyta or Rapidash from Pokemon. Gen 1. Woot woot. When he looked down at us, and he was like, which one of you killed my brother? Because we had previously defeated, I believe it was Famine? I hope so. Or Pestilence, one of the two. Pretty sure Famine. You know, and, well, you know, me, Burgle, being the tiny gnome bard, was like, hey, I didn't do nothing with that, and, you know, Little Ass Kicker was like, hey, you know, freaking, I wasn't here for that. You know, but, you know, Aragorn, Toby, and Elle were like, you know, we were there for that. And, well, it pissed him off. A lot. As in, he went right for Aragorn. Aragon. Again, I'm sorry if I am spelling, mispronouncing the name. I'll put at least the letters, you know, next to me, so we have that for reference. But yeah, and like, dude just obliterated him. Like I said, he's using a big greatsword. This dude's like 10, 12 feet tall, so it's a big sword. You know, the way he described it was upward swing, like really knocked him up into the air, and then, so, whoa, boom, just smashing him into the ground. For, I believe Connor described it as double, you know, his health, which unfortunately, you don't get saving throws from that. You know, Connor was cool about it when he saw all the craziness that was going on with, you know, fighting war, because one of the things was he'd gotten a critical, so that was part of the major amount of damage. You know, he was, you know, like, you know, I talked to Dave, like, hey, like, I can, you know, not guarantee, oh, you're going to survive this, but I can at least make it so it's not a one-hit kill thing. Like, I don't know. But, you know, David said, you know, no, it's fine, you know, like, I've been considering, you know, trying to make and run a new character anyway, so it's cool. And, yeah, so, right out the gate, you know, one of our party died. One of our first party deaths. Well, our very first, and that sucked. It hit me hard, and I'll talk about that a bit later. I gotta get through the rest of the play-by-play. After that, you know, we all just went in on him. You know, Toby was obviously pissed off. Elle was pissed off. You know, Little Ass Kicker, hey, she just likes fighting. And, yeah, I was just, like, best metaphor I can give is, Back to the Future, whenever the Libyan dudes catch up with Doc and Marty, and they just shoot him dead, and, you know, Marty rushes up, and I'll put that clip in, and hopefully no copyright for that. But we fought the good fight, you know, helped out quite a bit. One of the things I tried to do, well, I did successfully, was cast heat metal on his big sword. Basically, one of the big major advantages of that is, you know, if the person is still holding on to, you know, the weapon that is made of metal, or if they're holding on to the metal thing still because they can't drop it for whatever reason, you know, it gives them disadvantage on attack rolls and something else. I gotta look at the thing again, but yeah. So, I helped out in a small part. You know, I want to say 17 in the first attack and 17 in the last attack that I scored with it. You know, doesn't really compare to the damage that Toby and Little Ass Kicker did. I know Little Ass Kicker did like 53, and I forget what Toby did, but yeah. You know, we eventually took him down, and like the funny / irony thing was, you know, I took him down with my heat metal as my final thing. Basically, as a bonus action, you can, you know, redo the damage that you did. And, yeah, that was the final stroke on him. And, yeah. You know, after that, he disappeared. You know, his army just crumbled, disappeared, whatever. You know, and we did a quick ceremony, you know, for Aragorn. Again, I'm sorry if I'm saying the name wrong. You know, took him back to the castle. You know, he picked up his equipment, you know, his robes, his staff, you know, his ring, his wedding ring from, you know, the wedding with Elle. And, yeah. You know, we gave those things back to the appropriate people. You know, Elle got both the rings and the staff, you know, and any of the gold and loot that he had on him. And, you know, we had a nice ceremony for it. Again, Connor, you chose some excellent music for the ceremony. It was something from Dragon Age. I'm not exactly 100% sure. Brett, Connor, you guys have seen the video, so if you want to comment below, that would help me out. But yeah. You know, we even had, you know, a couple of us try and come up for eulogies. You know, Toby, you know, Brett, you came up, and you role played it awesomely. You know, basically, Brett's thing was, you know, just trying to, like, you know, make a eulogy, but he was just so overcome with emotion. He just, you know, it's just like Aragorn was Aragorn. And, you know, just walked off like he couldn't do it. You know, and you know, I did my little bit. You know, I went up there. I still had, you know, the magic staff of his. You know, and I wanted to say something, and I just, you know, I couldn't. So I just turned away, and, you know, he concluded the ceremony. We went our separate ways after that. Most of us went back to the, you know, inn tavern to, you know, cope. Toby stayed near the place of the ceremony, you know, the royal crypt. You know, and talked with the queen. They've got something going on. You know, as for the rest of us, you know, Burgle, my character, you know, I just went to the bar, had a bunch of drinks. Elle did also, the last kicker, you know, watched her and took her upstairs. You know, eventually Burgle, you know, was taken upstairs as well, you know, by my dwarf lady friend Michelle. You know, because he was that out of it. In positive news, though, I'm trying to lighten the mood now. You know, David's got another character, you know, pretty much set up, figured out, and we'll bring him in soon. Son Goku, yes, Dragon Ball Z character. I believe a red Dragonborn Paladin. So, you know, your first character is gone, but you're not forgotten. And yeah, so, just other things I want to say about this adventure. You know, Connor, I really liked this scenario. Like, it sucks that we had a player character, you know, just go, but, you know, facing such, like, a heavy opponent, it was the right choice, you know, because it really, like, elevates the action. You know, we took on, I wasn't there for the famine fight, unfortunately, but, you know, facing the second guy who was like, you killed my brother, and just was in such a rage that, like, nothing would stop him, and, you know, seriously coming at us, it really establishes that the stakes are pretty freaking high. You know, so, you did excellently with that. I really liked it. You know, again, sorry David's character is gone, but he did good with it. It was crazy, but it was fun, it was good, it was a great fight. You know, and, like, honestly, just the way the night went was just interesting. You know, we talked about the, wedding rings that Elle and Aragorn had, you know, gave them +2 AC, you know, advantage on initiative as long as they were within 60 feet of each other at the start of combat, and a few other requirements. Like, they obviously had the wedding the last game. Like, there was no way to have seen such, you know, like, come down from such highs to lows. And, you know, that's kind of the thing that stinks about being a bard, is you don't get to just, you know, sing the praises of the heroes, you know, always kicking butt and taking names. Sometimes you got to hit those low points and talk about them and really face off with them. But, yeah, just to be clear about the whole, you know, scenario, I'm good. You know, I was just really invested in the story. You know, it's like, you know, playing through an RPG, you know, Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, whatever. You know, you work with these characters, you run with them, and, you know, you have those rough times where, oh no, this person is gone, like, it sucks. And, you know, David, you know, you played the character nicely, you know, always warm and welcoming, you know, to everybody, you know, who showed up. You're like, you know, hey, little friend, you know, come join us. You know, whenever I first started, you know, whenever Burgle was first introduced to the party, and just, yeah. So, I'd say it's, partly investment, in the story and with, our group. I mean, you guys are all cool, and, I don't want to. I didn't want to lose that character. It's like losing a part of you. Because I definitely invest a good deal in my characters, and I'm sure you guys did as well. It's cool getting to shoot fireballs and be a dragonborn or, whatever. Yeah, going on. And yeah. So I'm good. It just hurt, and like I said, kind of, I think the way the story is going, so far is going good, and this was a cool, like, step up in the action. Like, even if we hadn't lost a person, like, I'm sure, war would have just smashed the crap out of, like, several of us, and, like, it would have been like, yeah, we're good, but the bad guys are, like, here. We gotta fix that gap somehow. So, it worked well. And then, this is just pure speculation for, like, how at least the next session will start. And, Connor, you can run with this if you want. You can do whatever the heck you want. It's your game. It's your story. But, obviously we have to introduce David's new character. But also, the party, like, take some time to, like, really talk about this, even just briefly. Like, one of our party's gone. Like before, we knew the stakes, of, we have to stop, the Dark Lord and the Four Horsemen to save the world. But now, like, being there, seeing one of your buddies get just destroyed first, like, right there by one of the dudes, it's shocking, So, like, you have to make that hard choice of, do you want to, like, some of us can back down, the last kicker, Burgle, Toby. I don't see them doing it. Like, I don't see it in their characters. And, Burgle, I'm not going to back down either. And I guess here is just me kind of justifying that. Like, in the beginning, I was kind of a cowardly, scared type of a character. But I've grown to, like, love and appreciate my party members. And I wanted to prove myself as, something of a good adventurer. Something of a hero. Despite, being more of a scholarly, intellectual type of bard. Who's more into magic and research and such. Than the actual, going toe-to-toe with demons and monsters and all that. There might be some character, change or development here for him. Like, coming down the next morning, calling everybody together, kind of maybe stepping forward to try and fill that leadership gap that's kind of gone. Because, like, I would say, David, your character for the most part was, like, kind of the, leader of the group. We don't have, like, one person, like, we all defer to and answer to and all that, but, like, we're meeting with the queen, well, David's going, of course, Elle's gonna back him up, Toby, it's kind of a free spirit, does his own thing. You know what I mean? David, your new character, could easily fill this role too, but, I don't know, like, we'll see what happens. Like, a cool way I could see, the next, episode or adventure or whatever starting off is, next morning afterwards, everything. Everybody gathers together, sits down, and, like, Burgle just lays it out for him. Alright, we have to talk about this. This is me being Burgle right now. Aragorn's gone. We were able to repel war and the attack on the city, but how many lives were lost in that? And now we have to, I think it's safe to say that some of us may have concerns about continuing forward with how dangerous this is. So, I'm offering anyone, the opportunity to step down if they wish. I understand you will not be judged harshly for it. Yada yada. And, you know, like I said, I don't see anybody stepping back from this. You know, like, we're going to press forward despite what happened. You know, and David's new character will join up with us, you know, for whatever reasons he has, and, you know, we'll go from there. But, you know, like, there's some things that I don't want to do, like, during our limited game time, you know, every Sunday for, like, 2 or 3 hours, like, so this is just some side, like, world building stuff that, you know, I just wanted to at least put out into the ether of, you know, like, hey, you know, we have that time of, you know, just really coping with, you know, we lost a friend last game. But yeah, after that, you know, we'll see what's going on. You know, Connor, I'm sure you'll have some interesting adventure for us to face off with. You know, we'll probably, you know, talk more with the Queen and the Kingdom, and, you know, like, see if there's any other troubles that we need to face. You know, if we have any leads on the last 2 horsemen, or the Dark Lord himself, or something. You know, and we'll go from there. Again, your story. You know, we kind of just go along with it, and we make things happen as we go. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. It was fun. It was good. It hurt, unfortunately, you know, but a good story has conflict and all that. And yeah. So, until next time, everyone, have fun, stay safe, keep hydrated, and remember, every character has a story to tell. I'm Valiant Bradley James, I'm Burgle, I'm Brad, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.